What's going on, guys? Mickle here, and in this video we're going to be getting into the XRP price chart. I know I don't have to tell you guys that the last couple of months have been very bloody for cryptocurrencies and growth stocks in general. In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly why this has been happening and why I believe we could be right around the corner from a massive reversal. I'm going to show you guys something going on in the larger markets that I think has the potential to take a ton of pressure off cryptocurrencies and could cause cryptocurrencies like XRP to skyrocket. Guys, I'm going to be showing you in this video my predictions of where XRP is going to end up at the end of 22 and exactly what you guys need to be looking forward to going forward. I know times like this, it's not fun to be looking at price charts, talking about price, but this really is one of the most important times to analyze what's going on. If this really is just a short-term downtrend and we are right around the corner from a reversal, this could be a massively profitable time to be loading up on top tier digital assets like XRP while they're at a discount. With that said, guys, if you have not liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. It does so much to help my channel grow and really means a lot to me. With that said, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. Alrighty guys, well I want to start this video off focusing on the short-term time frames. I want to show you guys why I believe we're currently in this downtrend on XRP and the rest of the crypto market, and why I believe we are about to see a massive change in the macro environment that could cause a massive turnaround on all of these price charts. This will be very bullish for XRP in the short term and could set us up to be poised to break out of a massive technical trading pattern. After that though, I want to zoom out and show you guys what is happening on the longer term time frames and even get into my price targets for where I believe we will be sitting when this Ripple SEC lawsuit is over, XRP has clarity in the market, and what price I think XRP would be fairly valued if all of this was to happen. Let's take a look at the short term though right now, and I'm just going to pull up these lines real quick to show you exactly what I'm seeing. Currently, there is no doubt in my mind that XRP is in a massive symmetrical triangle pattern. We can see right here with the last example of when XRP was in one of these patterns. It was in 2020 and XRP bounced around in this pattern. The SEC lawsuit caused it to fall a little heavier than some might have expected, but it ultimately rebounded, bounced around a little more in this triangle before having a massive rip to the upside and creating over 250% gains. We can see since then we've fallen pretty dramatically back into another symmetrical triangle, and since then have been making higher lows and lower highs. Right now, we are at a critical point in this technical pattern and are putting a lot of pressure on this bottom support line. We can see right now XRP is reacting very well to it, and we need to continue to hold above this support line right here. So long as XRP is able to pull this support line, what we needed to do next is really pull off of here and pull more into the center of this symmetrical triangle. The reason this is so important is because the more pressure we put on this bottom support line, the higher chance we have of breaking through it and creating more lows. That is obviously not what anyone wants right now. On the flip side though, if we are able to pull back into the center of this symmetrical triangle and even go to the top and start pressing on the resistance, we're going to be in the exact opposite situation. We're going to start putting a lot of pressure on this top resistance line, and if we were to break out of that, we would be heading to new all-time highs. This is exactly what I think we need to be paying attention to on the XRP price chart right now, and the most important thing we could be watching on the short term. We need XRP to have a confident bounce off this bottom support line to bring it in the center of this symmetrical triangle. Once we're there, we will be out of the danger zone and we will have some relief. From there, we really want to see it push to this top resistance line and put some significant pressure on the top resistance of this symmetrical triangle. If it is able to break out of there with some significant momentum, then I'm going to show you guys how parabolic XRP can get and what we have to expect. But the next thing we really need to take a look at before we get into the price targets is what is causing XRP to be dropping right now, what is causing cryptocurrencies to be dropping right now, and why really markets all over the world are tanking. what we can really understand and what is very important is that when markets trade together, typically there are factors in play other than the fundamentals of the assets themselves. This could typically, in my experience, has been one of the best times to accumulate assets because assets are not trading on their own fundamentals, but rather trading on larger macro, big picture things going on that the asset itself cannot control. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean, but first let's just take a quick look at Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin is in a very similar downtrend to XRP. We can see Ethereum is in a very similar downtrend to XRP. And we can see even stuff like ARK Innovation, which really embodies a lot of the tech stocks in the stock market, is also in a massive downtrend. There has been a ton of reports since early March that cryptocurrencies trade significantly more in line with tech stocks since they ever have in their entire life since March 2020. This is very significant to be paying attention to because we know right now, as the innovation stocks, as the tech stocks continue to get hit, we've seen a lot of correlating movement with cryptocurrencies. We see Ethereum dropping and Bitcoin dropping. And why is this the case? Well, the most important thing, and I'm going to try to keep this very simple for you guys, it's because the Federal Reserve is removing liquidity from the market. A lot of this liquidity finds its way into growth and innovation stocks. And as algorithms know this is happening, they are all moving high risk assets into lower risk value plays. And that has been where the significant amount of this liquidity in these more risky assets has been moving. We know the Fed has talked a lot about rate hikes. This is no surprise, and the market fully understands this is happening. The reason the Fed is jacking up rates is because of inflation. We also know inflation is historically bad right now and likely is very close to a peak. We see a lot of economists telling us that inflation is likely at the highest point it will be, and we are probably very close to an inflection point. This is very important for understanding the reversal that is likely going to take place. We also know because of the rate hikes and because the rate hikes are being done to stop inflation, liquidity is down. And because of this, we see money flowing out of tech stocks, high risk assets like cryptocurrencies, and into more safe value plays. Now, what I think is happening right here, and this is a very simple chart, but right here we see the fear. The fear has constantly been increasing, and this is because of inflation, which has caused the rate hikes, and that has caused assets to drop. Right now, we are about right here. I think we are very close to this all ending and being at the peak fear, but I don't think we're necessarily there yet. I think we're going to continue to see higher inflation in the next couple months, but I think towards the summer, it's going to start calming down. Now, what's important to understand is that this is no secret. This is very obvious and everyone knows it's coming. Everyone knew the rate hikes were coming because the inflation was so obvious. You can see it everywhere. And because of this, it is very likely that the market has been front running this. The market sees fear in advance because the market is always ahead of the emotions we are feeling. Therefore, even though I believe we still have a couple more months of bad monetary data coming in that I believe is really what is suppressing a lot of these assets, I have a feeling the market is a couple steps ahead of us. Therefore, when we are actually at the peak of the inflation and the peak of the rate hikes and the decreased liquidity, the market is already going to be over it and starting to reverse. I believe right now we are very close to this inflection point, and it could be a prime opportunity to be loading up on a lot of these different risk assets. In all market crises all over the world, in all different time periods, the market always rebounds before people are done feeling the fear. In 2008, people were calling for new lows continuously as the banks continued to default, but the stock market and the economy turned around before the pain was done. We also saw the same thing happening in the coronavirus. The markets dropped very significantly, very fast, but ultimately turned around before the worst was done. This always happens, and I believe we are very close to the same inflection point. I have a feeling when the market turns around, people are going to keep calling for new lows, keep saying we're in a bear market, while they keep pointing to inflation and keep pointing to rate hikes, but the market will have already realized this, and this will cause us to turn around and start seeing things like Bitcoin, and Ethereum pull their way out of here, and that will cause XRP to be able to pull more to the top of this symmetrical triangle, put pressure on this top resistance line, and ultimately break through. I hope that wasn't too complex. I tried to break it down for you guys, very simple, but just a quick recap. Right now we have a ton of inflation. To stop this inflation, the Fed is sucking up liquidity. Typically, these are very bad things for risk assets like growth stocks and crypto. But the good news is this has been going on for a long time now. The market understands what's happening. So as long as we don't get a massive surprise that is very bad, which hopefully we don't have, but based on everything we already know, the market is likely very close to pricing all of this in. So the worst should be behind us. The last thing I want to show you guys before I end this video is my long-term price predictions for XRP. And my very easy base case for me is XRP around the $12 to $15 range. And that is even if the SEC case with Ripple is still going on. That is purely based on the fact that we see cryptocurrencies like Ethereum with very similar, if not less utility than XRP, already trading significantly higher than their 2018 all-time highs. We can see that Ethereum's peak, it was trading at about 240% past those all-time highs. And if we take a look at something like XRP, and if XRP was to do that, we would be looking at a $12 XRP. Now, in my opinion, this just makes XRP fairly valued. If Ripple was to defeat the SEC and there was legally binding evidence that XRP is not a security, which it's not, I show that in all my videos, then we have an entirely different scenario. XRP could get some extremely significant momentum behind it, as it would be the only cryptocurrency with bona fide clarity in the market, and institutions would be able to pile in, and banks all over the US would be able to adopt XRP. If this was to happen, I don't see any reason we wouldn't see a significant move similar to what we saw back in 2017, in which XRP moved up almost 50,000%. Let me just put that in perspective for you guys. If we went up only 17,000%, which is less than a third of what we did last time, that would put us at an $125 XRP. Guys, with that said, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I put a lot of effort into these, and it makes me really happy to see you guys in the comments saying how much you enjoyed them. Thank you so much. And for now, Mickle out.